Welcome back to the Old Dog New Tricks channel. I'm the Old Dog and I'm always learning new tricks. Today I want to talk about if you're thinking about buying your first car from Copart but not sure how it all works. In this video I'll break it down step by step, from signing up, searching listings, to placing your first bid and understanding all the hidden fees, and there are a lot. This is Copart Bidding Explained, and by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to do and what to avoid. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we are on the home page. First thing you've got to do is register. An individual, first name, legal last name, email, blah 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 blah. Then you create an account. Now what it'll ask you, obviously I'm already a member, so I'll sign in. But what it will ask you is, I'm not a human. I am a human. Yeah, it could ask you if you want to look. Yeah, if you want to look, have a look around. If you want to buy, or if you want to just browse. So yeah, so what we've got here is dashboard. These are the live bids, open items, current bids, your watch list. So if you so these are bids, so current bids that you've bid on, but we'll get into that later. My bids, these are open items. Watch list, these are cars that you're watching. Payments due if you have bought a car and your lot's won. Find vehicles, so you've got vehicle finder, which is this over here. Search by make, which speaks for itself. You can search by make. Sales list, I guess that's just all the vehicles on sale. Watch list, that's watch list that you've created. Saved searches, which is what I've done, so I don't have to go through all the rigmarole of filling all of this out every time. But yeah, we'll go through that one. And vehicle alerts, these are just alerts that tell you your vehicle is coming up on the lot, on the ready to bid. Auctions, that will tell you today's auctions, auction calendar, and join auctions. So if you look at the auction calendar, just tells you what was on today, what's on tomorrow, what's on, day by day, Monday to Friday. Bid status, my bids, lots won, lots lost. Payments, ways to pay, payments due if you owe them money, payment history, and if you've got any funds in the account. Locations are all these. If you want to sell a vehicle, and these are your service. You can get support centre, blah 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 blah. This is basically just information. Right, so let's get into it. So, vehicle finder. Let's use vehicle finder. If you haven't been on here before, first thing you want to do is go to vehicle finder and then select your vehicle types. So we want salvage, vehicle types. We don't want agricultural boat, caravan. Don't want HGV, stitch ski, other goods, no plant, no snowmobile, vehicles under 7.5 tons. That will do us. There's your dates. So we'll go 2010. Damage types. These are all if you want to. Oh, roll over. No. What I basically do is leave that blank, leave that as is. Makes. This is where you can choose what you want to look at. What I try to do is think of, especially if it's my first time, which it was my first time buying, I wanted something that would sell. That's the whole point of it. If I was buying it for myself, that's different. I've got enough cars as it is, as you've probably seen on my other channel, on my other videos. So what I would do is look at BMW, probably, let's go through. Fords, there's a lot of them, but they always sell, but to me they're just a bit boring. I don't know. So I didn't bother with Ford. I went, I did go Jaguar because they sell. I went Land Rover as well. What did I do? Let's have a look. Mini. Oh, Porsche, no. Not yet. Build up to that possibly. Subaru, Tesla, Toyota, Vauxhall, Volkswagen I went. And that was probably about it. So what you do, you select all of that. Oh, let's just go through and show you. So what we're looking at? We're looking at Audi, BMW. See, Cooper, they sell well, especially the electric ones, but it's whether or not you want to mess with an electric car. What we got here? Ford, no. Honda, Jaguar. I'll have a look at Jaguar. Land Rover. Oh, why not? No MG, Mini, Mitsubishi, Opel, Peugeot. What that is? Renault, Saab, Seat, Skoda. See, Skodas sell well. What I did, I've done all my research on YouTube, eBay rather, and just had a good look around to see what was selling and what wasn't. And then it says search 891 vehicles. Well, we'll narrow that down because of location. On here, it hasn't got location at the moment. Oh, it says. So yeah, we'll. So we've got all of that. All models, categories. So what we want is, we don't want a breaker, we don't want salvage, we don't want unrecorded, we don't want stolen. We want repairable, non-structural. For your first buy, especially once you've got into it a bit and you've got a bit of money behind you, or if you have got a bit of money behind you, you can go for these because they're cheaper, but obviously more expense to fix them. But if we go, you watch this number drop now. See, 662. Then locations. What I do is go close to me. So Colchester. See this. Let's see if we can add another one, or if it just changes. I can't remember how this works. Yeah, so it changes. Right, we'll search for 37 vehicles and then we'll adjust it afterwards. So this is what you do. So then we've got all of this. This is our criteria, 37 results, but we want to add locations. So we got Corby. Then we can add, so these are ones near me. Colchester's near me. I think Sandy's near me. Wisbeach is near me. There's one other one. I can never remember which it is. I think it might be Rochford. So basically now we're down to 169. We've picked that. Damage, well, we ain't really worried about that. Purchase type. Buy it now. Vehicles for auction. Yeah, well, we'll leave it as is because we can then just look at them all. Vehicle type, damage, secondary damage, body style, search near postcode, blah, 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 blah. Fuel type. Oh, fuel type. How many have we got at the moment? 169. So 95 of those are diesels. I don't like diesels, so we'll go petrol, and that narrows it down loads more. Right, so here are our criteria now. So we've got these locations: petrol, non-repairable, non-structural, petrol, Audi, BMW, Jaguar, Land Rover, Mini, Volkswagen, 2010 to 20, brand new, vehicles under 7.5 tonnes, and these are my locations. And these are the lots that came up. So let's quickly run through. So we've got 3.5 grand car, 450, category N, front end, keys available. Right, what we'll do, we'll have a quick look and I'll just walk through the mistakes that I made. If it ever loads up. Oh, thank you very much. So what you get a picture, and you get various pictures, but you've got to be a bit careful, because if you've seen my other video where I walked through the Mini that I bought, it doesn't actually look like there's any damage on it at all, apart from on the front anyway. There's obviously the damage on the back, but in fact, let's just go through it. Lots one. Have a look at my Mini, then we'll come back to this. So here we go. Let's see if we can get it up. Right, so here it is. So this is the Mini. You can zoom in and have a look around, and from this angle, all looks clean as a whistle. However, what they don't show you, this side, clean as a whistle. Runs, drives, I can't remember what these actually mean, but R and D is runs, drives. But yeah, looks clean. But, once again, looks clean as a whistle. Obviously it's dirty, but that's just a bit of dirt on the bumper. Yeah. Now here's where the damage starts. So what I looked at this and thought, oh well, there you go, look, little dent there. Getting it out or replace the quarter, not a problem. But when you get it home, that dent is a huge gouge that goes all the way to the metal, and down there on the wheel trim, on the wheel trim there's a proper nick that is broken, which you can hardly see if you don't look hard enough. Then, so the things that they didn't show: no aerial, DAB aerial. Let's go back to the front. This light is hanging off. The brackets on the back are all broken. That rattles about. The bumper rattles about. You can pull it up and down. If you've seen my other video, you'll know all this. Yeah, so that's that. I don't think I'm going to have to replace that. I think that's just a matter of getting it clipped back on. I think it's just clips and bolts come undone. I haven't investigated that yet, but that's what I'm hoping for. Then where are we? Then you got it's a special edition, which is why I went for it. There's your interior. It's got a full leather interior. Yeah. So you get the idea. But it's covered in shit. The gear lever is worn, so I've got to buy a new one of them. The stereo has got 4 buttons missing, which are ridiculous in price. Even second hand off of eBay, they're 48 quid each, and I need 4 of them. So what I ended up doing, I ended up buying a second hand whole unit. It comes in, I don't think you can see it on the actual pictures. No, you can't. But as you can see, it's running and driving. Yeah. So what I actually did, where was it? Go back to it. Yeah, I actually bought the head unit, and it doesn't work, but I only wanted the buttons. So it's 48 quid each. That's 190, what was that? 192 quid for 4 buttons. I bought the whole head unit for 75, second hand. But I don't need the head unit, I need the buttons. That's all I need. Yeah, so let's run through this quickly. Lot number, category, yep, runs and drives, which it does. It goes like stink. Decent mileage for the year. It's 15 years old, 13 years old. On average, it's listed an average of 10,000 a year. Rear end damage. It says secondary damage, minor dents and scratches. Well, a little bit more than that. Oh, one other thing. There's 2 other dents there and there, which you can't see on the pictures. Blah, 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 blah. All pretty good stuff. This is where the mistake I made. V5. if you're in America, what the V5 is a registration document that you're not the owner, you're the keeper, which people don't seem to realise. You don't own the vehicle. If you look at your V5, it says you are the registered keeper, which is a bit concerning. I don't know how you go about actually owning the car. Then you can get a vehicle report. You can book a virtual viewing, which is £10, and what they'll do, they'll give you a quick 10-minute walk around where you can ask the guy to. Oh, I guess it's live, unless he just walks around and gives you. Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. But yeah, you can pay £10, and then you get the vehicle report, and that tells you everything about it. Yeah, we'll continue with that. So this is the vehicle report, Mini Cooper Bayswater. That's the reason I bought it. It's because of that name, Bayswater, because they're selling for 4,000. However, you've got to remember that if you do buy a car from here, all depends how shady you are. If you're a bit shady and you don't want to tell the next customer that you bought it, but if they've got car vertical or anything like that, they can quickly check to see if it is a category N or written off. Yeah, and this just basically gives you all the details. Yeah, pretty much everything you need to know. And then you can keep going down. Plate changes, no changes on this vehicle, no private plates, interior specifications. Keep going. It tells you the MOTs. So this is when it started. And then MOT expired. It passed there. Then it expired this year. So, yeah, failed before it passed. But he obviously got the work done, 16th. And then they retested it the following day. And I'm not sure. You can go on MOT checker and check all of this just to make sure. But that's pretty much that. So that gives you all your details. I've sawned mine at the moment. Right, so if we go back to the main site. What I did is I bid 1,200. So how the bidding works, right, what we'll do, we'll go back to Vehicle Finder. Where are we? Oh, I ain't going through all that again. So what we'll do, I've got save searches with all that criteria in there. I can't remember if it's my stuff or my stuff. We'll go with my stuff. See what the criteria comes up. What we need to do is just go back to petrol, fuel type. We'll add petrol. And that's readjusted it down to 31 search results. So we've got pure sales. Right, pure sales are cars that are not on reserve. So they're selling no matter what. So if you get it cheap, you're lucky. You might get away with it. You might actually get lucky. So some of these have huge reserves on them. Excuse me while I just have a drink. Yeah, some of them have huge reserves on them. And you don't get anywhere near it. My car got to, I think what they basically wanted, I bid, on the first one, I bid 500 quid. Well, I bid 1,000 and it went to 500. Actually, I've missed a location off of there. Corby, let's have a look at the locations. Where was it? Blah, 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 blah. Location. Might be in bottom. Add. Colchester. Missed that one off. I think taking out a couple of results anyway. But anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, so my bid was £1,000 and they bid, how they bid is in increments for you. Let's just pick a car. Let's pick one and have a look. It's nice. It's quite a lot of money though. Let's pick one that I would actually maybe go for. There it is. I'll go for this. See, this would be a good one. Good one to start on, I think. Decent mileage. Template. and it's only 300. So if you put a bid in, let's say 1,000, and what that will do, that will put your bids up. Let's get rid of that. CO10 9PY. Then what you do is, so if you put 1,000 in, what that will do, that will calculate it for you, how much you're going to have to end up paying. Now watch this. So you think you're paying £1,000 maximum. CO10, don't want that one. Old address. Now watch the calculator. No, sorry, 1,000. This is where it gets silly. Look at that. Look at that. That's what you end up paying on £1,000 bid. Unbelievable. So just the privilege of buying the car, £225. Why, thank you. It's most kind of you for allowing me to buy it, even though you've paid £100 to actually come on here and bid. That's how much it costs you. So you must take all of this into consideration. Internet bid, oh, thanks for allowing me to bid on the internet. 70 quid, £50 retrieval. That means if it runs and drives, that means going getting it from the car park and bringing it over to the truck. VAT charges, delivery fee from I don't know where this one was. Didn't look. So 162, and then delivery VAT. So you end up paying 1,600. So you must remember to take this into consideration, because this is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. That's 60% on top of the price. Look, madness. So just remember that. Like I say, it is just crazy. And then see this V, it's got no V5. So what happens is, like I say, if you don't live in the UK, if you're American, if you're in the States, this is a registration, and this hasn't got one. So you'd have to send off to DVLA, driver vehicle licensing agency, and pay 25 quid and probably wait a month. If you want to flip it, and then you can use your VIN number or your Richo to, so your VIN to sawn it. But yeah, so that's that, and how the bidding works. So it's currently at 300. If I put £1,000 in, this is the bit people get confused about. Just what I whacked, I think on my Mini I put 1,200. That was how much I wanted to go up to, because I had a budget of £1,700 and I'd worked it out. I think it came out at just over. So you do that, and then you just press bid now. Then what happens is that it bids in £25 increments. So incremental guidelines. Yeah, so up to 1,000 is £25 each time increment. If you go over 1,000, it starts going up to 50. So when I got to £1,000, my next bid wasn't 1,025; it went up to 1,050, and then £100 increments if you're over $5,000, over 25 grand. Yeah. So up here, the higher you go, it's 10%. Down here, it's 10% of the total, I suppose. But 10 quid on 50, yeah, is, and then £1, you're never going to get a car for that. But that's how increments work. So what you do what happens is when you bid 1,000, and at the moment it's on 300, that will automatically go up to 325. That's it at the moment. And then if someone else bids 350, this will bid for you. You don't have to do anything. However, if it gets to the point where you're live and it gets to past your bid, you either lose the car or you can do it live on an auction. Can't tell you that. Can't show you that at the moment because it's in the evening and the auctions have all finished. But that will come up. The lot will come up, and then you can live bid. And your live bid is just the same. Just bid now, and that's just one increment at a time. If it's above your maximum, you can just bid. Just keep bidding, and that will go. So at the moment, it's at 300. That'll go 325. Then someone 350. You can press bid now, and that'll go 375. They go 400. You press bid now, that'll go 425. So that's how it works. It doesn't. It's fairly straightforward. It's not. I mean, it's a bit overwhelming when you first watch because it's all going off. There's screens, and it gives you 30 seconds a timer to do it, and yeah, so it'll bid, and you can put a monster bid in. Yeah, you can put monster bids. I don't really want to do it because I don't really want to bid, but yeah, you can put monster bid, or you can put, and they go tick, 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 tick. There's a screen with a picture of the car, all the details in a little box, and then the bidding process, and that'll have the current bid price, similar to this, and you can do there it is, that monster bid. What that is a monster bid moves the current bid ahead of the specific amount rather than waiting for the incremental. So say, for example, you wanted to blow someone out of the water, and because you're fighting with someone, 25 quid, especially on this one, if it was like, we know it's got a retail value of 3,000, it's going to cost you, well, 1, 2, 3 panels, possibly a light, and whatever other damage there might be on it. You should be able to get these. Audi parts are pretty easy to find. So it's the bonnet, the wing, front bumper and valance, grille looks okay, and a light. So you're probably looking at 500 quid's worth at least. And I mean, I got my Audi wing painted for 70 quid. So bonnet's probably going to be 200, light 50, and that might be 200 or 300. So you could be up to 1,000, but you got that to play with. So what you can do, like say if it's going 325, 350, if you want to just blow someone out of water, you could go monster bid 700. So it wouldn't be an increment. It would go bang, straight up. And then when you win it, you win it. And then, like I say, you get that calculator. But that's the killer. You must remember to work into your budget how much, like I say, just if you're going to buy from here, you'll have a car in your mind, you'll have a budget in your mind, and you can get in there early and put a bid on. Yeah, you can put a bid on, and it will do it all for you. But do your research. That's the key. And yeah, don't. The trouble. The other thing is, it's like if you do watch it. I mean, I upped my bid. I went. I had a maximum of. I think the first one was 900, and then I was watching it live, so I bid again, then I bid again, and then I bid again because you're buzzing. You know, it's exciting. You're rushing because it's something that you want to do. Yeah, and the buzz is taken over, and the adrenaline takes over. But you must be careful of not overdoing it and getting out of your budget. So what I did, I had it written down on a piece of paper right in front of me on the office desk. Do not go over, because then that would have screwed up my budget. So yeah, like I say, just be careful because it can get out of hand. Yeah, this is basically a walk around of the site. Can't think of anything else that we'll need to have a look at. Just got a quick checklist I'm going through. Hidden fees, gone through that. Live auction tutorial. Well, that's pretty much registration process. Well, that is, like I said, I show you at the beginning. You register, and then it asks you if you want to browse, I think commercial or something like that, and then if you want to buy, and you register as a member, which I have, member, and yeah, that's how you do that. Vehicle analysis. Well, I think we've pretty much gone through that. Let's just do that again. Audi A1. My advice, if I started all over again, side damage. Oh, actually, that don't look too bad. If that is just the door, hard to tell if there's any on that back panel. Looks like there might be something there. But what I would actually do is look for a car with side, front end. Because front end bits are basically bolt on, bolt off. Bolt off, bolt on, even. Front end damage, Volkswagen High, Volkswagen Polo, front end, Audi Sport, rear end. Rear end, like I say, as long as it isn't the quarter panel, like mine, I didn't mind too much for mine because I had plenty of meat on the bone. There was money left in it, so I don't think I'm going to lose. So yeah, front end damage, that's what I would go for because they're just easy to repair. See, look, this one, that's 7 days away though. So this is how early you can get in and do your research. You've got plenty of time. And don't be rushed. So front end, secondary damage side. So you always got to look out for that as well. Estimated 125 quid at the minute, but that's 7 days. That's going to go up to 2,500, 3,000, I'd say. So let's have a look at the front end. Doesn't seem to be any damage there. Doesn't seem to be any damage there, which is strange. Front end and side, it said, didn't it? Where is the front end damage then? Is that? Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. Oh, just something slammed through the grill. Wow. Bargain. So that'll go. Why has it been written off? Makes you wonder. Side damage. Oh, just on the rear bumper. Even though it says side. Hopefully that wouldn't be too bad. This one looks like a goer. Yeah. So yeah, that's all it looks like, doesn't it? Just so this is broken. The white trim. The grill's all been caved in. But on a £5,000 car, why have they written that off? This is what you've got to think about as well. How much else is there? There must be something else. Let's have a look. V5 on file, bonus. One thing I didn't know about was service history books. You can contact them and ask, like I say, and set alert as well for when this comes up. Yeah, you can ask for a service history to see if there is anything. I didn't. Mine came with bugger all. So that's pretty much it. I was just about to say any questions, but obviously that's ridiculous because I'm online. So yeah, be aware of the buzz. The front end. What's this one? 20 grand Mini Cooper. Front end category N. Let's have a look. Ah, that looks horrendous, doesn't it? All it is the bonnet, the wing. Is it wings both sides? Yeah, it looks like a wing both sides, and all this front, probably. Secondary damage, minor dents and scratches. No V5 though, which is a bit of an issue. Looks fairly clean though. Oh yeah, look at that. Why are they showing us that pillar for? Yeah, so basically it's new window wipers by the looks of it. This tray that goes across the front here looks like that's battery. Does it run and drive? Yeah, it runs and drives. So there must be a battery on it. I can't think. I'm trying to think what's in there on mine. Yeah, but this trim obviously needs replacing and probably pulling back into place. There's a trim that goes over the top. So basically it's all just trims, bonnet. And then you've got to remember this is all one big bonnet. Oh, it says repair. So there's a dent, a scratch there, and a dent there by the look of it. Something going across there. But yeah, window wipers have been bent up. This tray here needs replacing. All this tray comes across all the way across. So it's just minimal stuff for the price. For a £20,000 car, if you could get that for under 10, you'd be laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, I think I've covered everything on there. I think we've gone through registration, how to analyse vehicles, vehicle types explained, salvage, non-repairable, etc. Live bidding and preliminary bids, we've covered that. Live bidding is when you're actually on the auction watching the client timer go down, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and then buzzing and doing it anyway, even though you're not meant to. Pre-bid, that's the way I would go. Pre-bid, you know exactly where you stand with your money. And be disciplined. Be very disciplined. What run and drive actually means, well, I've heard some, I can only speak from my own experience, but I've heard some horrendous things where it runs, but it doesn't drive. They've had it delivered and it can't even drive off the transporter. I mean, I was at work when mine was delivered and I just told him to stick it out in the driveway. He parked down on the main road because he couldn't get his truck down my little cul-de-sac, and he'd already driven it around. Then he rang me and I said, yeah, just chuck the keys with the letterbox, lock it up and chuck the keys with the letterbox, job done. But I hear some crazy things about it. They don't actually drive. I see a YouTube video where they couldn't get it off the transport. They had to get a big forklift out. It started, but it didn't drive. The fees, like I say, you've got to be aware of the fees because that's going to kill you. I think pretty much. It sounds worse than it is. It's a little bit intimidating when you start, but just take your time. Use your vehicle finder. Get your auctions near you, because the further you go away, the more delivery cost it's going to be. Sort out ways to pay. Get your locations right. Go through all of this. Make sure it fits your description and what you want. Be aware that there are hidden things on these. Factor that into your budget when you're bidding. Factor that into it. This one's a pure sale, so there's no reserve on it. So whatever it goes for, it goes for. Eligibility. This is only for check now. See, I'm eligible to bid. Well, they'll tell you anyway if you're not eligible. That means there's VAT to be paid on it. Only dealers can deal with it. But yeah. And then if you're trying to flip them, I mean, mine's been sitting on my driveway now for over a month because I've got me V10 Audi, me V6 Audi, the BMW, which I'm going to give to my dad. It's an old battered car anyway. I can't be asked to do anything with that. But yeah, so my V10 Audi S6, that's playing up at the minute. So I've sort of been concentrating on that and been waiting for parts for this. Parts at the moment for this car of mine have come to around 500 quid all in, but I still got to have it, that rear quarter painted. I'm going to do the filling. The next video will be me pulling the dent out, having a go at pulling the dent out, PDR, paintless dent removal. But that'll be about it. I'm still going to have it filled and painted so it won't be a paintless dent removal. It'll just be dent removal using a PDR kit, which I bought off Amazon. So yeah, and obviously subscribe to see the ongoing mini rebuild, the salvage rebuild, and the ongoing V10 S6. That's running at about 450 horse at the minute. Yeah, black on black on black on black. That's got some minute. That's a menacing car, that is. And I'm thinking about me V6 3-litre Audi for A4. I'm thinking about tuning that to the max because that's an old car now. That was I only got that for my dogs, basically. Yeah, that's on an 03 plate, so that's well old. So I'm thinking about tuning that to the max, see if I can make it the best sleeper on the planet. Although I have got one of the best sleepers in the S6 anyway. But yeah, so I think that'll wrap up the video now. Thanks for watching. If you've got this far, sorry it dragged on a bit, but there's a lot to cover in here. Hopefully you ain't been too bored. And yeah, I'll speak to you in the next one. Once again, thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. I thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.